not everyone understands how we got here. I don't understand how we got here.
Same. You don't need to know.
The inside joke gone wrong, and here we are.
An inside joke that's so inside, we don't even know it. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So what we did with this, we kind of just had the concept of a horse and a train.
And they meet up.
And they
maybe pizza's involved.
Maybe. But essentially, just a horse and a train have a meet cute, and they kind of like start to develop some kind of relationship.
Yes.
That's as far as the prompt goes.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin and I have both written our own versions.
Chapter 1.
Yes. We've started to write our own versions of a horse train meet cute novel in different genres.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn. And most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention. There's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather. Weirds of a feather.
Okay, we are rocking and rolling.
All right.
Rocking and rolling.
All right.
Okay. But here we are.
Here we are.
Episode 100.
100.
Yeah.
Woo, 100%.
Technically, it's like episode 137 because we put bagel bites out. But for main episodes, this is number 100.
Yep. And that's what we're sticking with.
Yep. Sticking to it.
The real 100 just flew by.
It went right past us.
No idea when that was.
No, and this is more fun to celebrate, than some arbitrary, like, episode, 72 was our 100.
Technically 100. Yeah. No.
This is the official episode 100.
100.
Of Weirds of a Feather, an AuDHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Grace Beret.
I'm your host, Kristin Stanhope.
You must forgot your name.
I was stunned by the transition.
Right?
I was taken aback.
You know what? Finally, 100 episodes in, I'm going to step up my game.
Yeah.
It's time to get serious
really
about this thing.
Also, new glasses.
Yes, I did. Got them from, I think, iBuy Direct or whatever.
Ooh.
Ordered them online. They're a little big.
No, I like them.
You like the size?
Yeah, I like the size.
All right.
They look lovely.
Thank you. Took me a minute to adjust, but I think I'm happy with them. All right, so we got a lot of fun little treats for the listeners for this episode 100. We are both going to read a couple chapters of our horse train
It's
meet cute
finally
novels.
here.
Yes.
After
We've
years,
been talking about it.
Literally years of talking about it, saying we're going to write something.
We've done it.
We've done it.
Yep. And it's a surprise to each other. So isn't that fun?
We'll talk about it. We're going to save it for the end.
Yep.
So this episode's going to go out of order, but we're going to save it for the end. We'll talk about it then.
Yep.
But yeah, it's finally here. We've been talking about it.
Yeah. I'm proud of us.
I am proud of us.
We've done it.
And for those of you who are like just tuning in, this is the first episode you're ever listening to.
That's a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Welcome, first of all.
Yeah.
And you might be asking yourself, horse train meet cute, what does it mean? We're not totally sure.
Nah.
What I can figure out, because I did go back and listen.
There's an episode titled Horse Train Meet Cute.
So you and we were both talking about analogies for transitions.
Yes.
And you were saying something about let's get this horse going, or like whatever the saying is.
Horse on the road.
Some sort of horse analogy.
Yeah.
I had some sort of train analogy, or vice versa. I don't know. One of us had a horse analogy. One of us had a train analogy. And it was a big old failure, but also a win. Because now we've come up with this beautiful, a horse and a train meet. And it's maybe a lovely scenario. Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe something more sinister.
Ooh.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. So here we are.
Yep.
But first.
Yeah.
Let's do a little warm up.
Please.
I got a warm up question.
All right. Warm me up. What you got?
I was thinking about this the other day. What is something you're totally fine with having like an abnormal surplus of?
I mean, like most things, I would say. You've seen like how many peanut butter jars I keep.
True. But like something like an obscene surplus.
Burt's Bees would be fine. You can never have too many Burt's Bees.
Chapsticks.
I'm like, yes, chapsticks, of course. The original Burt's Bees chapsticks. I don't like anything else but the original.
I don't like the orig.
What?
I like the pomegranate.
Get out of my home. No.
I'm not
People always try to get me pomegranate ones or coconut for Christmas or mango.
Like no, I don't like the other ones. I'll only do the pomegranate because it's like, I feel like Burt's Bees is so waxy. It's more wax than moisturizing.
Yeah. It traps the moisture in, you know?
What if you didn't have moisture to begin with?
Well, then it
keeps
shit
the
out of
moisture
luck.
out. So I don't like it. But I feel like the pomegranate's a little bit more hydrating.
I don't agree with that. But anyways, my answer would be original Burt's Bees chapsticks or pens. I guess I'm fine with having like
a ton of
a shitload of pens because I'll have 100 pens and lose 99 of them. So it's good to always have, you know, a bunch on hand.
I was thinking hair elastics and bobby pins.
Ooh, yep.
Underwear on a trip.
Yeah.
Even if I bring like 15 pairs for a weekend trip, I'm like, what if I ship myself like 15 times? Yeah, I'm going to need more.
Yeah, what if?
I'm never upset if I bring more underwear than I need.
Same. It's a good answer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
I think you can have too many socks. Like I think a surplus of socks because I was thinking like, I love having socks, but you get too many socks and then you can't find the matches of each other and then they all just become a big mess, you know?
Yeah, I just read, I think it was a thread.
You on Threads?
I'm not on Threads.
You just read the little previews on Instagram.
And
sometimes I'll see one that I'm like, I would be interested to read that, but not enough to download the app, so I'll just like always wonder.
And like
what
it's just like it's supposed to be like Twitter, right?
Yeah.
But it's part of Instagram.
Yes. I don't know.
We can't get into it.
No.
But so yeah, it was just like the little blurb, and it was a mom saying she got rid of she has 2 daughters. She got rid of everyone's socks and got bulk all of the same sock. So everybody has the same sock. So you can, you know, maybe you're wearing your sister's socks. It doesn't matter because they're all the same. And she bought like 30 pairs. I was like, what a smart move.
I've thought about doing that before, but I like having a fun, funky sock, but also
I like an occasional funky sock. And sometimes different socks for different occasions. Yep. You know?
Yeah, sometimes I want them a different thickness, a different height.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, that is a good idea because matching socks drives me crazy. Yeah. And I won't do it.
I do it. I got to have matching socks.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That was a good question. Okay.
All right.
Shall we mosey on into This Is Who I Am now?
Yar.
All right.
This time it's different. Everything has changed. This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. Oh, one of us sounded really good.
Yeah, other one not so much.
Other one
we'll never know.
Drowning in a bucket, maybe? Something's going on. Kristin.
Yar.
You know.
I am a granny square master.
Yeah, you are.
I've been doing a lot of granny squares for a project I cannot say, but I'll tell you about it later after the holiday.
Okay.
You know about it, but I can't say on the air because one of us who's not in this room edits our sound stuff.
Yes.
And the granny squares may or may not be involved.
You're already saying too much.
He knows about the granny squares.
Okay.
He doesn't know the overarching thing.
The big plan.
Yeah.
For the squares.
I got a plan for my squares.
All right.
Because I am the master of granny squares.
You are. You're crushing it.
Crushing it. I'm exhausted after. Each one takes me like 45 minutes.
That's a long time for one square.
And yeah.
They're hard.
They're really hard. Especially like, and like, I'm just exhausted by the end of it. I feel like my brain has thunk too many things, you know?
Yeah.
You only count to 3. That's all you have to count to.
It's not very high.
It's really not that hard, but like, 3, a lot sometimes.
You got 1 and then you got 2.
And then 3, you're
and
like,
then
oh
3.
my God. And then it's like double crochet, triple crochet, half double. I learned how to do a half double crochet. All these things.
I wonder how many it'll take before it's just like automatic for you. Maybe never.
Hopefully
knowing
4.
You.
I've only done 3. I'm hoping it's 4.
Yeah, maybe by 4 it'll just click.
It will click. I've come a long way since number 1.
All right.
Number 1, I think, took me about 3 hours.
God.
Because they're involved. I posted one a while back on our stories, but I'll post the whole thing later.
I think you have to try maybe after 4 or so. You have to try to do one without the instructions talking to you directly. Try to see if you can do it from memory. And the more you do that, the more it'll be automatic, you know?
I just want like a whole day to just sit down and do them all.
Hey, you're going to be on vacation soon. Take a whole day.
Soon? I'm going to need a whole day. Yeah.
Yeah. Or 2 of them.
I know. I know the way I'm going right now. I'm like,
God. A true granny square.
This might be a Christmas 2025 instead of 2024.
Yeah, seriously. It's laborious.
Yeah. Grace.
Yes. Oh, you know. That was a good one. Very turtley. If you are a granny square master, I am a bone terrarium lord.
Ah, yes, the Lord of Terrariums.
The Lord. I have had, you guys know, I got a bunch of animal bones and skulls floating around my house, and
What are you going to do with all those bones?
Right? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with those bones.
Right.
I have a bunch of containers that I've bought, thinking I could turn them into terrariums, but I just didn't have the materials to, bring it all together.
I have a means to the way.
I know. I collected a bunch of mushrooms a few months ago and dehydrated them, and they're beautiful. And I was like, I could use these in terrariums, but I didn't know how to get them to stand up and stay standing up. So I've just been keeping all these materials strewn about my house without putting them together into cohesive units of bone terrariums. And I finally figured out how to do it.
Yes.
I kind of made up my own way with pieces of cork that I put in the bottom, then cover it with fake moss, and then I put the little mushrooms on needles and stick them into the cork so that way they stay up straight. I think we're going to do a whole hobby collectors on terrarium soon. So I'll get more in depth on how I'm making those. But yeah, they're coming out really well. And, once I figured that out, then it really clicked. And now I've put 10 of them together.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's very motivating. And it's really nice to actually use the supplies that I've been gathering for years and years.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll post some pictures of those, but I'm very excited about them.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I've seen them. They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
They're stunning.
Stunning. Yeah, I dehydrated all those mushrooms myself, and I was very proud of that idea.
With the hours, if you add up the hours between the bone prep, is what I'll call it.
Yeah, because that's a whole different
thing, which you've done a hobby collector on.
I have.
Bone prep, mushroom foraging and dehydrating.
Yep.
And then putting it all together.
Yep.
That's a lot of hours.
I'm hot gluing, I got tiny little rocks. I'm using tiny little tweezers to put. We went to the hobby shop the other day so I could get long little crafting tweezers.
I do have long crafting tweezers.
Well, so do I.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, I got lots of little tools. I've already Ian smashed a few different things. At this point, I think I'm just going to have to call it a gray smash because I do it constantly.
That's part of the process, though.
I had a dehydrated bumblebee that I had found. I was really excited to put it in. Smashed it just in my fingers. Just crushed it. I was trying to be
dehydrated bumblebee.
Yeah. When you find a big juicy dead bumblebee on the sidewalk or whatever.
You found it dead.
I didn't dehydrate it while it was alive. That'd be
just wanted to make sure.
No, God, I never ever am killing anything.
Cruel.
And I always need to emphasize that. I do not kill anything for the terrariums.
Except for, no, I guess you're harvesting the fruiting bodies of the mycelium, so you're not even killing the mycelium.
Exactly. Thank you. But yeah, I just smushed it up, crushed it up real fast. And I've done that with mushrooms. I haven't really done it with bones yet. Just waiting for the day I smash a skull in my fingers. But
especially those little bird skulls.
Yes.
Yeah. Yikes.
Not that I have bird skulls, because that's illegal.
That's illegal.
Unless it's
rat
farm
skulls.
You can have farm fowl. I have a cool duck skull.
Oh, cool.
And I think crows, you're legally allowed to keep their skulls. It's a few different birds you are, but most of them you're not.
Christopher and I had a discussion about whether or not we would give you our chicken carcass after our chicken died.
I could have made
it into
a nice display for you.
No, but we were we're too emotional, so we had a service for her.
Well, maybe the next one, because you'd kind of have to cut the head off to give it to me.
We were going to give you the whole carcass.
I don't want the whole carcass.
You just want the head.
I just want the head.
If it was any other chicken, but this was our
Take
girl.
the head and the feet. Yeah.
And the feet.
Yeah. Chicken feet.
I'm going to give you the whole bird and you can decide what to do with it. But
I'll take it.
If it was any other bird, but this was my top chicken.
Yeah, your top girl.
R.I.P.
I know.
LSP.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Well, this is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear about these terraires.
Thanks.
Maybe we can have a terrarium day.
I would love to do that. I'm always working on them.
You could stream your progress.
I could. Yeah, because I'll just sit and work on them for hours and hours at night.
TikTok Live.
Ooh. Maybe.
Possibly. Get a little setup going.
Sure, if you guys want to watch me do that.
I would. I'd tune in. Some Discord.
Crush things in my meaty hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not delicate enough to do tiny things. I'm so drawn to the miniatures.
Let me help. I want to help.
Please, with your little Skeletor fingers. I need help.
Great terrarium fingers.
You do have great terrarium fingers.
I don't have the steadiest hands, but they're steady.
They're much steadier than me. I am so shaky. All right, maybe for like the really delicate things that I need to place, I'll save those for you. Yeah. And I'll put them aside of like, I need this one mushroom placed there, please.
Yeah.
But I don't want to break it. All right. This is a kind of a just segs, but like Kristin said, we're moving out of order. So we're going to do some pizza secrets, but we're going to do a confessions edition, which is more like kind of shorter pizza secrets that aren't really long enough to be a full pizza secret, but just like embarrassing little confessions we have, I guess. Shitty little confessions.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then we're going to read our horse train meet cute chapters to you and to each other for the first time.
This is the cherry on top of this 100th episode-sorry.
Yep. And should we have put some educational material about ADHD or autism in here?
We didn't.
What the podcast is actually about?
Yeah,
but
maybe. In true woe form, we didn't.
Yeah. Instead, we're going to confess some things and then read these weird chapters of
a made-up theoretical situation that could never actually happen. But
and isn't that better than education, you know?
Absolutely. Only the best for our listeners.
Yeah, take that to the bank.
This is the content they crave.
They demand it.
We could talk about AuDHD. We could, but we know that's not what you truly want.
Who would want that?
You can listen to any other episode for that.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. This one, no. It's pure
no one but
fantasy.
Us will give you this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, truly. You talk about an original experience. This, I think, is an original experience, right?
It's the most original.
It is. It's no one else can say
no one else will make this up.
Written two different versions
hopefully. And if someone did, well, holy moly, I just made a best friend.
Yeah, we got to start a club of writing horse train meet cute. But first, let's start with those pizza secrets. Let's do the song.
All right.
Pizza secrets, tell me your secrets. Pizza secrets, confessions edition.
Pizza secrets.
Oh yeah.
All right, Grace.
Yeah.
You have some confessions.
Yep. You want to just like go back and forth?
Yeah, I do.
1-to-1?
Yeah.
All right. Confession number 1. I don't know what Watergate is, like, at all. Like, I have no idea what it is.
Oh.
And people will tell me or I'll see references to it constantly. I'm like, I should really learn about that. The second someone starts talking about it, my brain just totally shuts off. I don't care.
Concepts of Watergate. Like, I know.
Someone broke into a building.
Yeah, and they found out stuff about, like, Nixon, right?
Yes.
But I don't know what they found out.
That's literally as far as I know.
Sounds like we got to do an info dump on Watergate.
I know, because that's the only way I'll learn is if I'm like forced to. Because, you know, it's not for lack of trying.
I'll do an info dump on Watergate.
Please, will you teach
Watergate
me?
For dummies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've tried. I'm like, this is something that is really embarrassing to not know about. It's like a cornerstone of our government. And I feel like I need to know.
Vietnam. Like, I know we went there.
Yeah.
I know it was bad. I know we lost.
Yeah.
Horribly. I know there was a draft.
Yeah. People protested that draft.
That's it. Yeah. That's the extent of my knowledge. I feel like I should know more. And I don't want to say I 100% found that out after high school.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't remember learning about Vietnam
in high school. We didn't learn about
Vietnam.
We learned so much about the fucking Civil War, which is,
God.
Fine. I think the Civil War was important. The Revolutionary War. We like went into like every single battle, and then they're like, oh my God, it's the end of the year. I guess we just won't learn about Vietnam.
Yeah, ask your angry dads about Vietnam, I guess. And even with the information we like learn, quote unquote, about the Civil War is propaganda anyways. Like, it's not all correct. Like, even just talking about Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves because he, you know, cared about people and wanted them to be free. No, it was literally just a move to financially cripple the South. It was a strategic move. It wasn't because he thought slavery was wrong. It was literally just a financial move to cripple the South because they relied so much on slave labor. So even the stuff we did learn is wrong. Because America has to brainwash us into being okay with genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little ditty I wrote. All right, Kristin.
Yeah.
What is your first confession?
This morning on my way down here, I accidentally ate a little bit of the wrapper holding my Dunkin' Donuts egg sandwich.
Great.
I kind of like, I inhaled that thing. I was so hungry. And then I like looked at the wrapper and there's like a little bite mark out of it. And I was like, oh no.
That was definitely me.
Yeah, it was me.
So you swallowed it?
Oh yeah. I didn't even taste that sandwich. I was just like, bleh.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yep.
It's just kind of how you consume food.
Yep. So I'll see it later.
Yeah. You'll find it. And you're like, oh yeah, there's that wrapper.
There's the wrapper.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next one?
All right. Confession number 2. I got kicked out of a Reddit forum. It was r/interesting on International Men's Day for arguing with men about international.
I don't really understand.
Reddit groups are called, whatever the forum is, it's called like r/whatever. Like r/shrooms is a forum about mushrooms and r/whatever. So it's just like, there are lots of groups like r/interesting or r/ like, historical facts or whatever. Like they're kind of just more general groups.
r/interesting?
Yeah, I don't know.
I need more specifics on.
Exactly. It's
That's
very
a
vague.
Dumb group.
So I don't even care that I got kicked out because like who even needs that group,
Why'd you get kicked out?
So I'm in another group that's called like r/interesting as fuck, and that one's more interesting anyways. So I don't even need the first one.
Interesting. What's interesting?
It's just people post a post that's like, oh, isn't this interesting?
Interesting is relative. What's interesting to me is not interesting to you.
Well, apparently this was not interesting to them because I got removed from the group, which is the first. I've never been kicked. I've never been kicked out of a Reddit group before. I was actually kind of proud. Because I was going ham on men who were complaining about International Men's Day. They weren't posting to say like,
they were
Happy International Men's Day. It was literally just post after post complaining that no one celebrates International Men's Day. It's like, who are you expecting to celebrate International Men's Day, huh? Why don't you guys celebrate each other, bitch?
Yes.
It's like they're expecting women to put this thing together like they do with everything, where women put Christmas celebrations together and they're the ones who get the gifts for the kids and they're the ones who put things together. I was like, do you think that straight people are the ones organizing Pride Month? It's people within those communities. Do you think men are like celebrating International Women's Day without prompt? No, it's women who started it, women who make the effort to celebrate this thing. Women are like celebrating and being in community with other women. Meanwhile, International Men's Day, it's just a bunch of men complaining that no one's celebrating it. It's like,
then
you
get
could
together,
celebrate
you celebrate it.
You're there.
You're right. Go ahead. Hang a sign.
Thank you. And the time of the year where International Men's Day is the most searched on Google is on International Women's Day. So they literally, it happens without fail every single year on International Women's Day. Men get so fucking mad. Why isn't there no International Men's Day? There is. It's November 8th.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lovely day.
Something around there. Sure. I don't even care. Whenever the fuck it is.
We missed it.
Right? I don't have a problem with men.
When's International Women's Day?
It's in like May or something.
That's much better.
Yeah, I agree. But like, I don't have a problem with men if they want to have their own special day, go for it. I'm not like anti having a men's day.
No, have a day.
I don't want to have to organize it. And
they can get together with their trucks and their duct tape and compare.
Pal out with your bros.
Yeah, have a men's day.
Right?
But I'm not going to help you have that.
No. Why do you think?
Because you're not helping me have an International Women's Day.
Exactly. As if men invented International Women's Day and they're the ones who are really like the big supporters of it. It's like, no. So that just was like making me endlessly angry because it's this expectation of labor that they're like complaining about something as if it's someone else's job.
Yeah, just celebrate it.
Why is it women's jobs to celebrate International Men's Day?
They're mad that women aren't celebrating Men's Day.
Yes. Like they're just...
But the men aren't celebrating Men's Day.
No. Exactly. It's a joke.
Because it's a joke of a holiday.
Yes.
So, okay.
It's like when you get like a really little kid a birthday present on their sibling's birthday.
Yeah.
Because they're too young to understand.
I did that with my 12-year-old nephew.
That's too old.
I know.
That's way too old.
I know, but I felt bad.
Why?
One,
it's not his birthday.
It wasn't the other one's birthday either. I missed one birthday. And then the other one's was coming up. So I couldn't do here's 2 gifts and then nothing for you.
Yeah.
So I got him a little Lego, and it was perfect because while we were getting ready for Thanksgiving, everybody was preoccupied with Legos and out of the kitchen, and it was fantastic.
Right. Well, that's a little different, but I'm talking like a 2-year-old kid who's like just doesn't cognitively understand why they're not getting a present on their sibling's birthday.
If someone said, hey, we're going to have a International Men's Day party, you want to come and help celebrate? Yeah, I'll bring a fucking gift.
I mean, I probably won't do that, but I'll be like, go for it, you guys. Have fun. I don't want to go.
If I'm invited to a party, I'll go.
I don't know if I would even go.
I don't know if I'll stay.
Personal
but
choice.
It kind of just depends on the company. But if it's just a bunch of people saying,
I'm not
like,
getting them a gift.
It doesn't have to be. It could be a Lego.
I don't want to get gifts for men on International Men's Day, but that doesn't mean they can't celebrate it
and
amongst
I don't want
themselves.
to get gifts on as a woman for International Women's Day.
No, I don't really
want.
I don't.
You know
feel
what
the
I
need
want
for a day.
gift? Rights to my human body.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be nice? Probably never get that. But a girl can dream, right?
But here's some flowers.
Yeah.
Isn't that better?
But yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think that's something you should be proud of. That's really funny.
Right? It's also kind of got the vibes of like, you know, oh, Black History Month. When's White History Month? It's every other month.
Every other month.
So like, if you're the default, you don't necessarily need a special celebration, because like the special celebration is only happening because that group has been oppressed for so long that it's like, what if we also allowed them to participate in history and society, you know? So I just found the whole thing pretty infuriating and silly.
What was the comment that got you kicked out?
Oh, so many. I was fighting with so many different men. I just
they were
was
like,
going
ham. We gotta get rid of her.
Yes, I was just being such a little brat. I was being so antagonistic because I was right and I knew it, and I just have no patience for that because it's just so representative of men's like entitlement to like, we want this special thing, but we don't want to be the ones to do it. It's like, well, who do you expect should be putting this on for you? Like, if men can't even be bothered to celebrate each other, why should I? If you guys celebrate each other, like, men need to work on building community with each other. They can't just like expect women to do it. And I think men would benefit from having more special things, but like, that's on you guys to create for yourselves. You know, you want to see change in the patriarchy. That's how you do it, is like, hug your bros, make special time for each other, buy each other gifts, like say Happy International Men's Day, but don't come fucking yelling on the internet about it, or else I will yell at you and I will
They probably
get
don't
removed.
have any friends if they're on Reddit yelling about International Men's Day.
I think they all just like reported me. I think that was the problem.
They
is
were
that, like, a bunch of them reported me. They were so mad
to get her out of here.
Yes, she's a menace. And I went out swinging. So you know what? No regrets. I don't want to be in that group anyways. All right, Kristin, what is your next confession?
On a drastically different note.
Yes.
Sometimes, as in on more than one occasion, I have like vivid dreams about popping like the perfect pimple.
Oh,
like not like a big honking one, just like the perfect little tiny boop, and then like the right amount of pus, and then it's over and done with. Just like so satisfying when you get that like feeling. The little
no. You have dreams about that?
Yeah, I do. It will like put me to sleep. I don't want to. I feel like some pimple popping videos are like, the grosser the better, the more pus the better. I don't want a fountain of pus. I just want like perfect little boop,
little stream.
Just not even a stream, just a little, like a little boop,
little gush.
I don't even just like a little bleh, little bleh.
Okay.
And then I wipe it. And then it looks better.
I don't relate to this.
It's just like very satisfying.
I don't relate to that at all.
I think it's something about like, here's a problem and I'm able to fix it.
You need to get into pressure washing next summer. I think you'd really enjoy it.
I think I have pressure washed. It's very satisfying.
I think you need to do more of it.
Yeah, probably.
I've been really enjoying putting hot glue on things and then peeling it off after it dries.
That's nice.
Kind of making my own like
enough to dream about it?
No, I haven't dreamed about it yet, but maybe one day it'll work its way into my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't they make like fake pimples that you can pop?
It's not the same. I want the real thing.
An authentic pimple.
But I want the perfect one.
Okay. Well,
I want the
like
perfect
a dream.
one. Yeah.
You should have been a dermatologist.
Ugh.
You love gross skin things. You're so fascinated by it.
I get enough gross skin things now.
Okay. Well, apparently not, because you're still dreaming about the perfect pimple.
It's different.
You freak.
It's different.
I don't relate to that and I don't understand it, but maybe someone out there does.
Someone does.
Sure.
You can write in, what's your favorite pimple to pop? Let me know. weir'safeather@gmail.com.
You just want verbal descriptions?
Yeah.
You can leave me off. Don't CC me on those.
No, I'll CC you. I'll share them on the podcast.
I don't want to
describe a perfect pimple.
Even just you.
It's like your preferred hug. Everybody has the different ones. Some people really like the blackheads.
This is very different.
Some people want a good
Some people don't even want to hear you saying these words right now.
Well,
is how I feel about pimple popping.
You know what? If we're able to talk about carcass care, I think people can understand a pimple.
You're right. We have different ideas of what's gross.
Yep. You work with literal dead things.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
I try to keep my patients alive.
I try to kill them so I can put them in the bucket. No, once again, I do not kill things.
All right. What's your last confession?
All right. I, a 34-year-old woman, ran out of gas the other morning and my car wouldn't start. I thought my battery was dead because it said when I turned my car off, it said I still had like 30 more miles left in my gas tank, which Ian said those aren't reliable and you shouldn't.
Those are not reliable.
I've never had a car that does that before. So I'm like, oh, it knows.
No.
I still got time.
You don't.
So I went to start my car in the morning. It wouldn't turn on. I was like, oh, it must be the battery. Ian was still sleeping. And I was like, I got to go to work. I have to take your truck. He was like, okay, fine. Then when he woke up, he went out to like check it out, see if he had to jump it. He's like, no, she's literally just out of gas. And he went and got some gas and filled it up and it started just fine. Like a fucking
Ian.
child.
Oh my God.
I know. He was like, so nothing's wrong with your battery.
That meme that's like, it ain't got no gas in it.
I don't know.
You don't know that meme?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's like the husband's like, you can't keep leaving your doors unlocked at night. Someone's gonna steal your car, and then it goes to like this like clear mechanic with like a toothpick, and he's like, "I ain't got no gas in it," as in like no one's gonna steal her car because there's no gas. You're that person.
Yes, I do relate to that. Yeah, they wouldn't get very far. I will say this is only the second time I've ever run out of gas. The first time was when I was like 18 years old and I was leaving work at the Sea Dogs at night. And my dad it was like 9 p.m.
Oh, you got mad
and
dad.
my car wouldn't start and my dad had to come and bring gas.
Yeah. Energy.
And I haven't.
See, Marty loves a situation like that where he's like.
Yeah, my dad wasn't really that mad.
He wasn't mad.
I think, he was excited to be able
like,
to help.
This is like what a father needs to do.
I've been waiting for this call. Jumps into his boots. I haven't done it in a long time, and I thought I had maybe like grown out of that, but apparently not because I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
No, you gotta put gas. You
need gas. The car needs gas.
Cars need gas.
Yeah. Still learning that.
Once you get to a quarter tank, that's when you gotta find a gas station. That's what
Please.
That's quarter tank, and you gotta.
I'm like, I got plenty of time.
Because what if you've got to like hit the road for an emergency, right?
Then I'll be screwed, So
quarter tank. That's when you start looking for a gas station. You're like, okay, I need to remember to get gas because it's going to take you a couple times because you're going to keep forgetting.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
I should probably adopt that practice, but I'm probably just going to keep cutting it close, pushing it to the limit.
Yeah.
Worked out this time, so why stop, Why learn a lesson when you could not? All right, Kristin, what's your last confession?
All right. This one, I've realized in my years of doing surgery that I am the Ron Burgundy of surgical assists, whereas he'll read anything on the teleprompter.
Yes.
If you draw a line on someone, that's where I'm cutting. Like, it doesn't matter if it's not like totally correct. You draw a line, that's where the scalpel goes. Like almost dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like maybe
so
not the best idea.
So usually what happens is when you do what's called a femoral artery cut down, where we like go for the femoral artery, it's right where your groin is. And there's a way you can find, because most of our patients, it's hard to feel their pulse. And you and I, we've got great pulses there. So it's pretty easy to find it because you just look for the thing that's beating and go there. But sometimes people don't have that. So due to numerous things. And you have to use your anatomical landmarks to figure out where it is. And then you can, draw your little marker and go from there. And one of our surgeons has a lovely habit of going like way too medial. He always does. And then you cut and you're like, we are too medial and we need to be lateral. And then you have to kind of like work your way back. And no matter how many times he draws a line right where it's too medial, and I go, hey, that looks way too medial, and I tell myself maybe go a little bit lateral, I cut right on the line.
Can't go out of the lines.
You're
a rule follower through and through.
He's like, that should be good. I go, it looks a little medial. He goes, okay, cut a little lateral. I go, okay, and I just cut right on the line. Like
You just forget?
I just like, I'm like, it's right there. But the line's there, so I cut on the line.
Huh. So I feel like he needs to do a better job of drawing if you're just going to do that every time.
Correct. But I don't get paid enough to make those decisions. I don't have an MD after my name. I'm just the lowly assist. Here I am.
You see the line, you're cutting on it.
Yep. That's what I do. And
All
I just
right.
go, well, your line was off. And he's like, it's always off. I go, I know it's always off.
So fix it. Why doesn't he fix it?
Because I should, in theory, if I was a better person, I would fix it and just go a little bit more lateral.
Well, you're a rule follower. The line should be in the right place.
No, what I need to do is go,
outline.
hey, let's have a conversation. Look at your landmarks. Look at your line. What do we think is going on?
Yeah. He's being sloppy and he's expecting you to, accommodate.
I should that's my job as an assist, is to accommodate.
I wish you would just let me blame this on him because I'm trying to help you out here.
I know. I just wish I could do some more critical thinking, and I do, and then I just don't follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting, huh? Yeah. It might be.
I mean, regardless, we get the surgery done. It's not really like the end of the world if your medial lateral as well. You just get to the artery and close it up real nice.
Totally.
They'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little secret among friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now they'll know because it's out there, but.
You're leaving.
But
your
yeah,
job
honestly, a surgeon, especially if it's like an emergent surgery, if they put a line there, that's where I'm going.
That's just something they should know about.
They should know.
That's on them.
They're the surgeon. They're supposed to draw the lines. That's their job.
Exactly. See, put it on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pizza secret. Those are fun ones. I like those rapid fire confessions.
Yeah, those are cute little confessions.
Yeah. If you have your own Pizza Secrets Confessions edition.
Or just Pizza Secrets in general. Yeah. They don't have to be these big traumatic stories. They could be little tiny guys.
If you've ever gotten kicked out of a Reddit forum, let
I'd
me
love
know.
to know.
I want to know.
I want to know. If
Yes.
you've accidentally eaten a wrapper because you were too excited about eating.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let's talk about it.
If you know what Watergate is, don't try to tell us in an email because I'm not going to learn.
You could tell me in an email.
Okay.
Yeah, you could, because tell me in an email because apparently I need to do research.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Watergate.
I know. Are we going to have to then talk about like Vietnam and shit?
Probably. And what's Edward Snowden?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What did he
guy?
do?
What did he do? I don't know.
Why don't we like him as Americans?
I literally couldn't tell you.
I feel
it's embarrassing to say. I don't know.
Is it bad to say that I'm like rooting for him?
I don't know enough
I don't know.
to say one way or...
I think I shouldn't say that because I don't know
wasn't
enough.
he a whistleblower? So
he
wasn't
was
that
a
good?
whistleblower, and that's why the NSA got in trouble. Because the NSA, right? Because the NSA wasn't. They were like spying on us, and
you
he was
need to
like,
stop
"This
asking
isn't
me
right."
questions because I don't know.
Right. This is how we get arrested by the NSA.
This is how people turn the podcast off because they realize
they're
we're
like
idiots.
It's too political.
They know nothing.
They don't know anything.
Okay, but here's something that I learned the other day from the declassified CIA documents. Apparently, in the 60s, while there was a lot of unrest and a lot of protesting of the Vietnam War,
they killed MLK.
Yes, they did, but this is different.
Mm-hmm.
They did kill MLK. But there were obviously a lot of artists and musicians who were making all this protest art and, speaking for the people. And obviously the government did not like that. So apparently they planned to buy those artists' art for a ton of money and make those people super wealthy. So then they would be separated from the class that they were fighting for. And then they would just become vapid millionaires and they would stop fighting for the people. And it worked.
Did it work?
Yes. Andy Warhol was like all big, right? All the big like famous artists that became famous in the 60s. Andy Warhol was really the big one that stood out to me. They literally, the CIA, and it was our tax money.
Tomatoes?
It's our tax money. They would go into a gallery of these leaders in the communities.
This is a declassified document?
Yes. This is a real thing that happened.
I hate this.
That they, using our tax dollars, would
I pay taxes so they can buy art.
They would buy these paintings for like $1 million and just instead of trying to like, because when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
It's like,
I bet it was super effective.
So effective, and it's so like
Insidious.
maniacal.
Yes. Instead of being like, what if we just like shut these art galleries down? They're like, or what if we made this person a millionaire and then they would be like really removed from the causes they were fighting for because it didn't affect them anymore. Because that's how human nature is, as you become wealthy, they've done studies that show that your empathy levels go down.
Yeah.
So you make these, especially like white men in the 60s, you make them super wealthy. They're not going to be fighting for the people. They're not being drafted.
Because they're like, someone bought my piece for, $1 million. And you're like, it's the government.
And then I'm sure they think that they just like manifested it or whatever. And they think that they're like special and that's why they were chosen. And that's why they like don't fight with their groups anymore, because they think that they've done something special. Right? Isn't that crazy?
I hate it.
I know. I'll have to send you this woman. Right. She's going through all these declassified documents and sharing these like crazy things.
I hate this.
I know. That's not a conspiracy.
I feel like I've seen her on TikTok and I just keep going because I'm like, I can't like mentally comprehend just.
I love those facts. I like to keep them in my back pocket for situations just like this where I can ruin everyone's day.
My day is ruined.
Isn't that fun?
This is supposed to be a happy episode, Grace.
All right, let's make it back to a happy episode because it is officially time to read our Horse Train Meet Cute. Yeah!
We've been talking about this for a while.
Quite a while.
Yeah.
We're finally doing it.
We're finally doing it.
Us.
Not everyone understands how we got here. I don't understand how we got here.
Same. You don't need to know.
The inside joke gone wrong, and here we are.
An inside joke that's so inside, we don't even know it. We don't know what it is. So what we did with this, we kind of just had the concept of a horse and a train.
And they meet up.
And they
maybe pizza's involved.
Maybe. But essentially, just a horse and a train have a meet cute, and they kind of like start to develop some kind of relationship.
Yes.
That's as far as the prompt goes. Mm-hmm. Kristin and I have both written our own versions.
Chapter 1.
Yes. We've started to write our own versions of a horse train meet cute novel in different genres.
And I picked rom-com.
Yes. And
at least romance.
At least rom.
Rom.
I bet you got some com in there.
I don't know if I have com in there. You let me know if it's funny.
All right. I'll let you know if there's some areas you could zhuzh up with some comedy.
Yeah.
And I did a psychological thriller. So
so we went in different directions.
Yeah. And we haven't told each other, we haven't read ours to each other yet.
I wrote mine on a different Google Drive so Grace couldn't peek at it because I know she's a cheater.
Cheater?
Yes.
You
cheat at everything.
What are you talking about?
You always try to find like a way.
A loophole?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not cheating, it's a loophole. I don't need to cheat because I was the one who said I was working on my chapters before you. So if anything, you're going to cheat off me.
Well,
I got home from your little birthday party the other weekend.
Yes.
I got super high and stayed up till 2 a.m. writing the first chapter of my story. I was inspired.
Well, the birthday party, I was so worried that you and Gracie, because together you guys are maniacal. I was so worried you guys were going to cheat. And that's why we had you.
Offensive.
But true.
I only tried to cheat a couple times.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't know. The balloon blowing up challenge, some of the challenges, it's like whenever I finish saying the sentence, it's when you start. So I figured it was time to start.
Cheater.
That's just playing the game. All right.
Anyway.
Read your story.
I threw a birthday party the other day. Anyway.
It was great.
Okay, so here's mine. It's rom, maybe com. I have no title yet. This is a rough draft. Okay. So bear with me. And for the listeners, any and all criticisms, constructive criticism is welcome.
Yes. Make it nice. Make it polite.
Polite is appreciated.
We're really putting ourselves out here.
I'm like super embarrassed that this is something that I have written.
That's great. That's how you know it's good.
But I appreciate any and all feedback. And like I said, it's a rough draft. This is my second time reading it ever.
All right, stop stalling, get into it. You got it. You got it.
I would just take a little.
Yeah. Sure.
I hate how I agreed to go first.
I know. I hate how you did that as well. I love how you did that, actually.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you want to go first?
No, I'd like to go second.
All right.
Now that you've said it.
Well, I wrote mine sober. Anyway.
Okay. Some of mine was written sober. I edited it sober. Wrote it high.
That's what I should have done.
That's how we know it's good.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yep. You got it. The next great American novel.
Yeah. Coming to you.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. It's actually how it starts. No. It's
just me. You're just telling me a story.
I know, but it's like embarrassing. Like I was embarrassed to read it to Christopher the other day.
I'm glad I got to practice mine. Got my embarrassment out of the way.
I thought I did too, but apparently not. Okay. The field looked extra green that day. The warm sun after the past 3 days of rain made the crisp grass shoot up for the sky and ripen.
Ooh.
It was mid-morning and the field was starting to turn from damp and soggy to warm and lush. Looking out onto the vast hills of grass, it seemed almost surreal, like the field from Teletubbies.
Good detail.
There was green grass, blue sky, and a yellow sun that suspiciously looked like a baby's head. Despite the warm weather and the sweet grass, Raphael could not get rid of the empty pit in his stomach. This feeling of hopelessness and emotional isolation had been there for months since his breakup with Monica. Monica was a stunning thoroughbred, a local dressage champion, and a pillar of the community.
Pillar of the community is a great line.
Sorry, I was just kind, attentive, beautiful. She was everything Raphael could ask for, which is why it was such a surprise to himself and the rest of the stables when he broke it off. He felt bad telling her the classic line, "It's not you, it's me," but that was the truth. In theory, they were the perfect couple, pretty, successful, influential, but for some reason, Raphael could not make himself fall in love. Monica took the breakup pretty hard at first, but seemed to get over it quickly, already seeing a Welsh pony from the couple stables down the road. Raphael thought he would take this time being single to work on himself. In the past, he usually bounced from relationship to relationship, but he was determined to improve himself this time. He went to the groomers and asked for her to chop his mane and tail, but she convinced him that wouldn't look good as a Frisian. He was supposed to have a long, dark, flowing mane and tail, and that's what he went home with. That's what he's always had. He was an archetype of the breed, a perfect specimen, and despite this, he has never felt so out of place. Why the long face?
I almost made a long face joke too. I'm like, no.
Like, I hate that I did it, but I had to.
You had to.
It was Buckles, the brown and white paint horse, trotting up to Raphael from the barn. They had been instant friends since Raphael first arrived. "Just kidding, I know that's how you always look." "Hey, Buckles," said Raphael while rolling his eyes. "No, seriously, the sun is finally shining. You've been out here pouting all morning. The other horses are happily grazing and running around. What's wrong?" "I'm not sure, Buckles. I'm just having a tough day, I guess." "I know what would cheer you up," Buckles said with pep.
Ooh.
"Yeah, let's check out the new pizza shop."
Yeah, go down to the old pizza shop.
Raphael heard about the new pizza shop opening up a couple weeks ago. He was curious and hadn't had pizza in a while. And who doesn't like pizza? Maybe Buckles is right, Raphael thought. Maybe this would cheer him off. So off they went, down the hill, through the neighboring field, up the dirt road, until they finally came to the intersection that held Gerald's farm store, the train station, and the new pizza shop, Paco's Pizza. The sign for Paco's Pizza was lit up in red and green neon, but Raphael didn't need a sign to tell him that he was close. The smell of fresh dough in the brick ovens was enough to make him almost cross the road without looking. "Looks like a lot of folks had the same idea," said Buckles. Raphael broke from smelling the air to look across the street, and sure enough, the line winded out the door. Horses, ponies, cows, and goats from all over the county were standing in line to taste the roasted concoction of cheese, tomato, and dough.
Ooh.
As Raphael and Buckles picked up to a trot, he saw her, Monica. There she was at the back of the line with the Welsh pony. They both looked great, freshly brushed, shining hooves, and smiling. They looked really happy together. "Oh, no, I didn't know she would be here," Buckles neighed. "We can come back another day if you don't want to talk to her."
Raphael was the one to break up with Monica.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
He didn't love her, okay?
I know. That's
Mhm.
fine. No need to, hide from her.
We're getting there, okay? That's chapter 2.
I'm just giving my commentary.
All right. I appreciate the commentary.
I'm just involved. I'm into the story, you know?
I appreciate it. "No, that's okay," Raphael mumbled. They had come all this way, and he was pretty sure she had seen him, too. He couldn't turn back now. That would be more awkward. Or would it? "Hey, guys," Monica said with a strained smile as Raphael and Buckles approached the back of the line. "You wanted to try the pizza, too?" "Yup, we figured we would make the trip since the sun is finally shining," said Buckles. Have you guys met Klaus? This is my new boyfriend." Boyfriend. So they were official.
Ooh.
Klaus was fit, muscular shoulders, and an abnormally shiny coat from withers to hooves.
Good detail.
Thank you. Klaus just finished first in his competitive driving competition. We're celebrating his blue ribbon, Monica continued. It was a close race, said Klaus. His voice was deep but gentle. He smiled effortlessly and talked about his competition. I'm just glad the sun came out so we could all have fun. Klaus was handsome, kind, successful, and humble. And more importantly, Monica seemed really happy with him.
Good for Monica.
Choo-choo. Raphael's train of thought was literally interrupted by the train. It was louder than he expected and sounded different from the usual blare of the freight trains that would often stop by. This was definitely a chew, followed by several rings of a brass bell, strong but graceful. All 4 horses turned to look at the train station. Black smoke and gray steam plumed into the cloudless blue sky as a steam locomotive that Raphael had never seen before rolled into the station. That's super loud, Monica yelled with annoyance. Choo! Ding, ding, ding. For a moment, Raphael thought his ears were bleeding, but he didn't care. He couldn't look away. He had never seen a steam train like this. Their bumper guard was candy apple red.
Oh my God, mine is cherry apple red.
Well, hold on. This is just the bumper.
All right.
In contrast to their ebony boilerplate, and chimney. The engineering room was a shiny dark olive with the words Great Western painted in gold on the side. Then hung the brass bell on the very top of the locomotive, jingling like a jingling beacon. They were beautiful, powerful, almost deafening. Raphael instinctively stepped out of line towards the station. Hey, buddy. Line's moving this way, Buckles said as he herded Raphael into the pizza shop. Raphael sombered into the pizza shop, never knowing if he would see this beautiful locomotive again. The end.
Ooh, good setup. I love
you.
it. Very descriptive.
Thank
I
you.
love your use of adjectives.
Thank you.
I could picture it perfectly. Felt like I was there. I did. You had a lot of good imagery.
I good thing I don't have a lot of plot. So
you got the detail down.
Details are down. That's all I have. That's chapter 1.
All right. I think it's a good setup.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear where it goes.
I'm glad you laughed at my Teletubbies joke.
Yeah, see? Yes. You thought there wasn't any calm in there. You immediately make a Teletubbies field joke, baby in the sun. You got calm.
Thank you. I worked hard. I'm glad it's out into the world.
Yes.
So let me know what you think, listeners.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you hate it? Be nice.
Yeah, be nice.
It's my emotions out there.
I think it was wonderful.
Thank you.
I think it was really good.
Do you have any feedback? Either you or listeners, write in.
Let us know.
Yeah.
My feedback is just that I think it's a good setup. I think you got lots of descriptors in there, and you've kind of inspired me. I feel like now I need to add more descriptors to mine, which maybe I'll do in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. And you don't have a title yet?
I have no title.
All right. It's hard to title something when you're not done with it.
Yeah. I can't call it horse train meet cute.
Yeah.
I wish I could, but
I mean, you could.
It's just
because I'm not calling mine that.
No.
You know?
Do you have a title?
I do.
You do?
Yep.
All right. I'm
ready.
Okay. Yes. Okay. What's the title?
Thanks for going first.
Thank you for allowing me to go first.
You didn't have a choice.
Let me get your tootsies.
Thank you.
Covered up.
Thank you.
It's cold
That's
down
nice.
here.
I know. Chilly.
We need slankets. Okay.
No. Order one. So I think horse train meet cute is like a genre that we're creating. You know, I think that's a genre.
Like romantasy is a new genre.
Oh.
Horse train meet cute, new
genre. And I have kind of a subgenre of that.
Okay.
The subgenre, and this is going to be a very specific reference that maybe one person will get.
Okay. I hope it's me.
It's not going to be you. I promise you it's not going to be you.
Dang it.
I am calling this genre horse train meet cute without the E, which is a reference to a Taking Back Sunday song called Cute Without the E, aka Cut. You get it?
Yeah.
Dark and emo.
That's so emo.
I know. I almost titled my work this, but I knew no one else would get the reference unless there's any other emos out there.
Okay.
But that I think that's like the subgenre is the psychological thriller version of Horse Train Meet Cute. It's Horse Train Meet Cute without the E.
I love it.
Thank you.
Okay.
And if you out there, if you got my reference, thank you. Please let me know that you got my reference.
We'll know you're an emo kid.
Yes.
For sure.
Whether current or former. Yeah. But my title is The Final Passenger.
Ooh. Oh, man.
You like that?
Yes. That's such a great title.
Right?
I'm scared already. I got goosebumps.
Good. All right. I wrote 2 chapters, but they're shorter.
Okay.
So probably about the same length. All right.
I'm excited.
Chapter 1. A primal fear.
Oh my God. I'm so scared.
And I'm going between like then and now.
Okay.
So, all right. This first chapter is Malachi, now.
First of all, I love the name.
Right? Was pretty,
what a great
pretty
name.
happy with it.
Yeah. Okay.
It just came to me.
Ugh.
All right. Steam rose in the distance, a small white puff swallowed quickly by the dampness of the late October night. Malachi startled at the sight, and before he knew it, he was off at a gallop, his muscular legs moving beneath his body before his conscious mind could process the
Oh
decision.
my God.
I took this very seriously.
Jesus. I'm stunned. Shaking.
Get ready. It's just the stinky old mill on the mainland, he shouted aloud to nobody but himself. His words echoed off the nearby cliffs, and, upon hearing them back, he recognized the panic in his voice. Logically, he knew he was out of harm's way. He was on an island, for God's sake. But still, his body refused to believe in the safety his mind insisted was there. By that point, the fear had already worked its way deep into his bones and settled there.
Oh my God. Brace. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
You're a fantastic writer.
Oh, thanks. EMDR, CBT, talk therapy, cold plunges. All of it tried and none of it helpful. Nothing was strong enough to deactivate the primal fear awakened deep in his lizard brain all those years ago. No matter what, Malachi still saw those steam clouds rising in the background of every nightmare. Still heard that Hancock air whistle howling through the trees in the dead of night.
Hancock. It's like it.
It's a specific type
I know
of
exactly
whistle.
what kind of whistle.
Malachi removed the affirmations card from his pocket that he and his therapist Kathleen had written together. He smoothed out the wrinkles and read the words aloud. There are no tracks on this island. There is no way for him to get to me. I am safe. I am strong. I am worthy. I am loved. He continued to whisper the mantra as he trotted back to the stables, not so much comforted by the words as hoping he could cast them into existence if he repeated them enough. The affirmations helped a little, but they were never loud enough to drown out the words that were always thundering through the caverns of Malachi's mind. Whether by track or by boat, by land, air, or sea, I will always find you. You will be my final passenger.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's the end of chapter 1.
Jesus. When is this being published?
Right?
Oh my gosh. This is fantastic.
Thank you. All right. Chapter 2. Into the spider's web. Malachi, then. Malachi glanced down at his watch for the 5th time, then tried to hide the embarrassment from his face when he saw 6:47 flash across the face of his father's old Jaeger Le Couture. It's a fancy Swiss watch. I watched a YouTube video on how to pronounce that.
Oh. Also, I love the imagery of a horse wearing a watch.
Right?
And, like, checking it.
Yeah. Like holding it up.
So awkward for a horse, but I love it.
Thank you. He watched chubby raindrops race down the windows of the Hay Bale Cafe and tried to recall how many times he had been stood up at this point. 6? 7? 8?
Aww.
He couldn't keep track. And anyway, his heart was all too happy to forget. He usually arrived home to a message on the answering machine. He's got an answering machine.
I love this.
He's old school. With excuses of missed trains and unexpected traffic. But after a while, the lie started to feel more insulting than if they simply said nothing at all. Malachi threw down a 20 for the untouched sugar cubes and fastened his turnout snugly around his neck. That's a horse raincoat turnout.
Oh.
I was looking up so many horse terms.
God, I love it. Sugar cubes.
Right? And fastened his turnout snugly around his neck before stepping out into the raw air. Another night, another disappointment. Malachi was officially done with dating this time, and the decision felt oddly freeing. If I canter, I can probably make the 7 o'clock train, he realized, and headed off in the direction of Maryleg Station. I had to. He burst through the doors and rushed for the platform. And despite his watch showing 7:02, Malachi rounded the corner to find the cherry red diesel locomotive still sitting there, doors ajar, as if waiting just for him. After yet another failed date, he needed a win, and the open doors felt like an act of fate. But was it fate?
Don't do it, Malachi.
Or had Malachi just stepped unknowingly into the well-laid ensnarement of a spider's web? By the time he got his answer, it would already be too late.
Oh my
Bum,
God.
bum, bum. And that's it. That's what I got so far.
Oh my God, I love it. I need a chapter 3.
Right?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
I think you had plenty of descriptors. I
All
felt like I
right.
was right there.
I got the Jaeger le Couture.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's
The
father's-
turnout.
Yeah, turnout.
Lots of horse stuff.
Horse jacket, sugar cubes.
I
Got the Hancock air whistle.
yeah. I did have to look up like train parts.
Yes, I know. I think specific terminology is really funny. So
I love this. /
Okay.
I'm like terrified to keep going.
Yeah?
It's
Pretty
scary.
scary?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm scared.
You should be scared.
I love it. I'm like, oh, the train's in love with him. No, he's not. Oh, I don't know. What's happening?
You'll have to keep reading to find out.
Why is he on the island? I kind of know to get away, but I love all the types of therapy he's tried.
Thank you. I like the idea of like a horse doing cold plunges.
I was just going to say that.
Like EMDR.
Yeah. I love
The
that.
whole premise is insane, so I thought I'd just
I
lean
think
into
you just
it.
lean in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of going through. Like, horses don't eat pizza, but I'm like,
It's funnier.
it's funnier if they did.
Yeah, because they don't.
They
So
don't.
What if they did? Yeah, like a horse at a cafe, like wearing a watch. I think like not even trying to set up a world in which this exists, just like talking about it as if it's just
It's
a
just like a
normal
thing,
thing.
yeah.
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 Horses are like people. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Trains
have
are like
watches
people
and-
somehow
Yeah.
too.
It's
They s-
fine.
They still function as trains, but they also are alive and can date. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I think it's better if you just go with it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's what I was kind of coming into. I'm like,
It's like a suspend your belief type of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just we've created a new world and
Mm-hmm.
this is the world now. Yeah.
First of all, I love how this is a new genre. I want it at the bookstore. It's going to be like fantasy, sci-fi, horse train meet cute.
Meet cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want fan art.
Yes.
I want
Please.
everybody to write in their own horse train meet cute
Yes.
chapter ones. Or
Whatever
maybe
version or genre you want it to be.
I'll read it. Or maybe
Yes.
Grace would read it. She's a better reader.
You did a great job reading.
I stutter. I want feedback,
Yep.
suggestions.
Yes, please. Give me any suggestions you have.
Yes, same. I'm all up for suggestions.
Mm.
I actually really haven't figured out the plot yet.
I've got my plot figured out.
Yeah, I've got a basis of a plot.
You got to know where you're going.
I got
know?
a concepts of a plan.
You do have concepts of a plan. Yeah, so if you know how to bring Kristin's concepts of a plan
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
I've got my idea for what my story is going to be, but I'll always take, constructive feedback on what I've written so far.
I love your story.
Thank you. I was getting so into it. I was
I
like having
think you
so much
need
fun
to
writing.
self-publish.
This?
Yeah. Well, I think you need to finish the story.
All right. You like the detail of his therapist being named Kathleen?
Yeah. That's such a therapist name.
Right?
Sorry if your name's Kathleen, but
Right?
you're probably a therapist.
Right? It's such a therapist
If
name.
I went into therapy and they're like, "Hi, my name's Kathleen," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm in the right place."
Yeah, duh. Of course it is.
Of course.
Of course your name's Kathleen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
I love that so much.
Thank you. I love yours as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, write us in with your own little short
What do you-
stories.
Short stories.
You could take this in a
essays,
million different directions.
however you
know?
want. Christopher was thinking like a zombie apocalypse when I read it to
Yeah.
him the other day.
It could be vampires,
vampires.
cryptids,
It could be
a true comedy,
true comedy. It could be historical fiction.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be.
Apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah. Let
Really,
us know.
anything. Yeah. It's so fun. And how fun would it be if we had like
A million different
versions
of
Yeah.
Horse Train Meet Cute.
Yeah. It's like a choose your own ending type of deal,
Right?
Choose your own genre.
Choose your own genre.
Yeah. Within Horse Train Meet Cute world.
I love this so much.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm going to keep working on my novel.
I'm going to keep working on mine too.
All right. Maybe we'll read our next chapters.
3,
Yeah.
a different day.
On here or on the pod or on Patreon, or
wherever
whatever.
they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you
Yeah.
guys want it.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you were like, I need more of this, you can get more of this. You can listen to us continue to talk
Mhm.
wherever you get your podcast, whether that's Apple or Spotify, Google, Podbeam, wherever.
It's Podbean. with an N at the end.
I always think of it as beaming the sound into
think of it like a little bean.
A bean?
Yeah, bean.
That doesn't make as much sense, does it?
That's what the word is, so you can't just recreate it.
A strongly worded email to the creators saying that it should be beam. Beam.
But until then, it's bean with an N.
Pod bean. Even though it doesn't make sense. We'll just deal with it for now.
Yeah, just deal with it. It doesn't need to make sense.
That's fine.
Okay. You can follow us on Instagram at Weirds of a Feather. You can DM us. You can find us on TikTok.
Yes.
You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Weirds of a Feather.
Yes.
Kristen and I just started a new NDTV miniseries about Bob's Burgers. So
you can find us on Facebook. Did you already say that?
I don't know. They know.
They know.
And go to our website, weirdsofafeather.com. We got merch on there.
And also, we're definitely going to be doing some Horse Train Meet Cute inspired merch in the future, now that this is released into the air.
Yes.
So
I've already started to put a movie poster together for mine. So
I love it.
It's going to be picked up by a production studio. Is what
Netflix is going to pick it up.
Yeah,
they're like,
that's what I'm manifesting.
We need to put this.
Final Passenger could be on Netflix.
It's such a great. It just seems like it should be a real life thing.
Right?
So I think you should make it a real life thing.
I'm working on it, I'm writing it. Put it out, see who likes it.
I love it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, and thanks for joining us for episode 100. If you have been listening from the very beginning, wow, what a feat of strength.
Yeah.
You're
Good
a champion.
for you for still being here.
Thanks for sticking it out.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. And if you're just joining us, wow, thanks for being here.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
It's a lot of this.
Yeah, it's a lot of this. This is an interesting episode to be here.
Yeah.
For time one. So if you're like, this was weird, maybe go back to a different episode.
I didn't learn a single thing about ADHD or autism.
Yeah, we got plenty of learning episodes. This isn't one of them.
No.
Yeah.
Find a different one.
Yeah. We'll do learning stuff in the future, and we have learning stuff in the past, but not here.
Yes, this is just a chance for us to kind of be silly and do some creative writing. So
exactly.
We love all of you. Thank you so much for listening and supporting us. We couldn't do it without you guys, and we really appreciate you appreciating us and our weirdness and not being like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys, but being like, yes, please write a Horse Train Meet Cute novel and read it on the podcast. We'll listen.
Thank you for encouraging us.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
All right. Oh, big one.
What to say?
Ooh. You see it. Bye.